Yo, what's up? It's 9 p.m. Jesus, late. Welcome back to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. What up? Yes, that's my accordion right there. It's one of my goals for 2025 is to learn to play the accordion. I'm getting there. Can play some tunes on it. But we're here to talk about Bitcoin. All right. I just rushed through dinner to be up here. Oh, man. Last night, I bought a little extra stack. And it was like, yes. Crazy. Anyway, the price of Bitcoin is now at about 93,000. Yeah, 93,000. It's incredible. And slow and steady pipeline podcast in the house, watching Star Wars Andor right now. Wish I could retune it. No worries. Watch that. Is there a new season of Andor, or are you watching the old one? Oh, tell me it's a new season. That'd be awesome. No worries, Pipeline Podcast. We'll be back to the regularly scheduled 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time next week. This week only will be at 9 p.m. I know it changes it a little bit, so I apologize for that. But that said, round of applause from the live studio audience for Pipeline Podcast. I had some spicy food for dinner, so my nose is running. Dang it. All right. Well, let's do what we came to do. Okay, let's jump into the first segment of the day. That is the Bitcoin strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $93,276.78. You can buy 1,072 Satoshis for a single dollar. Once Bitcoin hits 100,000, you'll be getting less than 1,000 Satoshis per dollar. And you might be asking yourself, what the heck is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So if you can accumulate 100 million Satoshis, you in essence have a whole Bitcoin. Crazy, right? I know, it's crazy. If you're walking down the street, minding your own business, and you look down and you see a penny, you pick it up, that penny can buy you, let's see, 10 Satoshis for a single penny today. See, it's not bad. It's not bad. You're still getting a good deal. Again, when Bitcoin goes over 100,000, you'll be able to get less than 10 Satoshis for a penny. It'll be like in the single digits, 9 Satoshis per penny, right? But for now, you can still get 10 Satoshis for a penny. You can still get 1,072 Satoshis for a dollar. So stack accordingly, right? Look back and remember how you felt when you saw Bitcoin hit 109,000 and you told yourself, damn, if only Bitcoin was down at 80,000, if only Bitcoin was down at 70,000. I should have bought when it was below 100,000. Well, it's below 100,000 right now. Okay. Anyway, the title of this episode is Bitcoin Pumps, what I'm doing next, and you guys already know what I'm doing next. If you're new around here, say hello in the chat, subscribe. You have to be subscribed for about a minute before you can chat, but it's not that big of a hurdle. We do that to keep the spammers out, the bots. And do me a favor, hit that like button if you're enjoying what I'm saying. Anyway, so yeah, we have the next segment of the day, of the evening, we call Why We Stack. Why do we save in Bitcoin? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. New season of Andor? Oh, I'm going to watch that. Pipeline, is it all out at once, or are they releasing it every week? I prefer to binge watch. Okay, why we stack? Well, to keep it short and simple today on this wonderful Taco Tuesday, we save in Bitcoin because it is a system that cannot be debased like the dollar can. Okay, when you save in dollars, as the money supply increases via different ways, because of money printing and because of banks issuing new debt, that expands the money supply. When the money supply expands, the value of each individual dollar in that system loses purchasing power. Okay, so if you're saving in that system, you're being subject to theft. It's called inflation, and it's definitely more than the 2 or 3% they claim it is. Okay, if you're not making a profit or a yield of at least 8, 9, 10% year over year, you are becoming poorer. Okay, so what's the solution? The solution is simple. You take the value of your hard work that you want to save for long term, you save it into Bitcoin, and you take self-custody of that Bitcoin, and now you're good to go. Good to go. Good to go, right? Because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for, as long as you hold the Bitcoin that represents those hours. That is why we stack. And yeah, welcome. Round of applause. Shout out for Bitcoin Beacon in the house. Choo! And air horn. What's up, Beacon? Hope all is well. I know we changed the schedule for this week. We're gonna try the 9 p.m. slot, see how we do, and then maybe next week we're gonna try instead of the 2 p.m. Pacific, we might do the 12 p.m. so the noon slot, and might even try the morning slot too. We don't even know. Maybe the 9 a.m. slot might work too. So we're experimenting it. We're experimenting. You know, trying to try different things. Anyway, that is why we stack. That is the why we stack segment. If you have any questions, now would be the perfect time to ask. If you're new to Bitcoin and you're wondering what's this about, I welcome your beginner questions. This is a beginner-friendly show, and man, this is a long. Did it restart? Huh. This is a long why we stack music. I don't remember it being that long. Anyway, if you're new to Bitcoin, you have any questions, please do ask in the chat. If you're watching the replay, ask in the comment, and I will answer your question either with a comment or on the following episode of this show. So tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty. That is the status of Bitcoin and the status of why we should be saving in Bitcoin. The next order of business is we've done all the talking. We've talked the talk. Now it's time to walk the walk. Proof of stack coming up with what we call the stack recap. Stack recap. Koji Monster in the house. Round of applause from the live studio. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Do me a favor, smack that like button, guys. All right. We've been saving here in Bitcoin since May 22nd, 2023. And in 2025, for the first time in a long time, we are in the green or in the black, however you say it. So our stack for 2025 is now up 3.68%. We've saved $3,180 worth of fiat money, fiat value. We converted that to Bitcoin. We accumulated 3.5 million Satoshis, 0.35 Bitcoin. And the value of that Bitcoin today is $3,297. Today we would need to pay 3.68% more of today's weaker money against Bitcoin to purchase the same stack. To purchase the same amount of Bitcoin, it would cost us 3.68% more of today's weaker dollars. In 2024, we tracked the buys from that whole year, and that is up 55%. We accumulated 12.2 million Satoshis in 2024. The value of those Satoshis has gone up 55%. We spent $7,345 we saved. And the current value of that stack is about $11,400. In other words, if we were to buy 12.2 million Satoshis today, it would cost us 55% more of today's weaker money. See, the longer you hold Bitcoin, the better you do against the dollar, the better you do against inflation, and life gets easier. I know, it's crazy. It's so easy. It's so easy that even a guy on the internet could do it while he's running a show. In 2023, on May 22nd, was it May 22nd or May 23rd? Was it? Yeah, May 22nd, 2023, Pizza Day. We started with our first stack of $5, and it's now worth about $16.77. The holdings for the show are 0.3615163 Bitcoin. Wowzers. And our stack is currently worth about $33,000. Dang. We saved $14,000, and our DCA stack is about $14,000 worth of value that we set aside, that we saved into Bitcoin, and the value of the Satoshis that we've earned. So 26.5 million Satoshis, or 0.265 Bitcoin, is currently worth about $24,000. The other inputs from this sheet are from the different various things that we do on the side, from selling things around the house, from donations to the show, from games of saving 100 days of Bitcoins in a row. All that stuff adds up to our current stack of 0.3615163 Bitcoin. Trying to document, trying to catalog the process of getting to 1 Bitcoin from scratch. From scratch. This month, actually today exactly, is going to be 1 year and 11 months since we started doing the show. And in that 1 year and 11 months, we've accumulated about 0.3615 Bitcoin, right? So anyway, there it is. Slow and steady. We're doing the DCA method, the dollar cost average method. And we're tracking individual years, but we're also tracking the whole lifespan of the show. But we track the individual year to show people that are new to the show that they have hope, that you can start at any given year, you can start at any given month, and you will still do better than if you didn't start. Okay, get off of zero, start stacking Bitcoin, and the proof is in these numbers. These numbers have all been cataloged and documented via different episodes of this show. Okay, so I didn't just come up here and put up all these numbers at random. Each one of these lines is an episode of the show, with the exception of a few, maybe 15 lines I don't have an episode for because I took vacation or whatever, but I still bought the Bitcoin. But this show is going to hopefully demonstrate that you can get to your Bitcoin stacking goals. And even if I don't get here on the show, if we don't get to 1 Bitcoin, it's still better than not trying to get to 1 Bitcoin, right? Like, 0.35 Bitcoin is better than 0.0 Bitcoin, right? Like 0.36 Bitcoin is better than no Bitcoin, right? And just the fact that you're trying to get to your 1 Bitcoin is good. Okay, that said, here are the rules for purchasing Bitcoin on the show. They are as follows. Our minimum purchase is of $20. Okay, each day, each weekday, $20. If the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price, like today, it's at $93,000, and our average buy price for 2025 is $91,000, then we buy $20. If it's below our average buy price for 2025, then we buy $40. We do a double stack. If it's below the lowest purchasing price that we've had in 2025, which is $76,114, then we do a quadruple stack. That's an $80 buy, right? But today, for the first time in like, I don't know, how many days? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 55 days. For the first time in 55 days, the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price for the show. So today we're only going to do $20. We're going to do a $20 buy today. That's crazy. 55 days of double stacking and sometimes quadruple stacking because the Bitcoin price had been going down. We started like at the beginning of the year when it was at 94, went up to 102. We're still stacking at 103,000. We're stacking at 106,000. We're stacking at 105. We stacked all the way, and then we got to the point where it's below our average buy price. So quadruple stack, double stacks. Look at that. Jeez. Right? So that definitely lowers our overall average buy-in for 2025. So that's good. Anyway, it's good to see it's good to see us in the positive. So we're 2% up. All right. So that is the extended version of the stack recap. I guess now that we know how much Bitcoin we're gonna buy today, $20 worth. There's only one thing left to do, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to stack some Bitcoin. All right, let me get my app ready here. We're stacking. For the show, we stack over on the Strike app. Hit the buy button. Right? We punch in $20. $20 seems like so little now. Doesn't it? $20 seems like so little. All right, it's queued up. I'm gonna hit next. All right, it's asking me to confirm it. I'm gonna cut the music, and the live Bitcoin show band is gonna do a drum roll, please. Hit confirm on the $20 purchase here on the Stack Bitcoin show. Boom. There it is. Just like that. We've accumulated an additional, how many? 21,232 Satoshis for the stack. Let's update the spreadsheet for 22, 25. The price of Bitcoin we deserve today is $93,302.56. And the yield 0.000212232. 21,000 Satoshis added to the stack. Man, it looks like so little. Boom. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. That's right, Koji. We got to keep stacking. I hope you guys have been stacking hard, getting closer to your goals. Any questions, do put them in the chat. There it is. The new total for the show so far is 0.36172915 Bitcoin. And that is all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Besides murder. Happy Taco Tuesday, guys. Hope you guys had a great day. And have a wonderful rest of the evening. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in to the Stack Bitcoin show. Let's wrap this guy up. I got an appointment with my accordion. I need to practice. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin show, late night edition at 9 p.m. just this week. Okay? So rest up. Have a great evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later, guys. Have a good one.